Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host, Julie Jancis. And today I am so excited. We are talking about Angel Reiki. What is Angel Reiki? How does it work? How do our angels communicate with us? Who all is communicating with us from the other side? And how are they communicating with us? We are just diving into all of this right now, but before we get started, I wanted to let you know that we are starting a new course September 1st. It's how to hold a high vibration and really keeping that high vibration, understanding what that high vibration feels like within you. And throughout the podcast today, you're going to understand what I mean about high vibration and just why it's so important, because really it's the foundational tool of Angel Reiki. It's the foundational tool of everything, everywhere. It is energy. And when you know how to hold this high vibration, something starts to happen within you where you start to turn down the volume on your egoic mind. You start to turn up the volume on your intuition so that you're hearing all of the messages that come through from the other side so much more clearly. So if you want to get signed up for this course, it'll be a 3-week course. I think I said September 1st, but it might be that first week of September that we get started. And if you start September 1st, we'll throw in that as a bonus week so that you can get to know one another. We're actually going to pair people off in partners or trios this time because we want accountability partners. We want you to be able to check in with another person. And that way you get to know other people and develop soul-filled relationships as well that can drive you and give you somebody to talk to about all of this if you don't have that in your life, because there are a lot of people who don't. So if you want to get signed up for the course, hop on over to the website, theangelmedium.com. It's all one word, theangelmedium.com. And I'm so excited to get started with you in September on that work. Okay, friends, so let's dive into the material for today. What is Angel Reiki? I founded Angel Reiki because what I found as I started working with clients, and this was even from day one when I was doing energy healing training. Let me rewind here a little bit. Okay, so with energy healing work, I went through a Chios energy healing program. I went through a Reiki energy healing program. And when you go through an energy healing program, what they're teaching you to do is lay hands very specifically on the chakra points of the person you are working on. And what I was going into before is that, okay, I would be laying my hands in the position on the crown chakra or the third eye or the throat chakra, the heart chakra, and boom, I am just transported right away. There are people there from the other side. They're standing right next to my clients always, and they had messages. So I founded Angel Reiki on the premise that what Spirit was showing me is healing is 2 parts, and those are the same 2 parts that our souls are comprised of, okay? Your soul is vibrational frequency. It's energy that vibrates at the same frequency as God. It's a piece, a drop in the ocean that is God. Your soul is also thought consciousness. I can't believe that there is actually a day way long ago where I would think to myself, oh no, what happens if you go to the other side and there isn't any thought? You know, it's just this dark void. And I've always contemplated spirituality and the other side and what it's been like. And there are times that I have thought that to myself. And Spirit shows so very clearly, they always just laugh about it, right? Like, how can we humans think that we have all this that is manifested in this earthly realm, that we don't have these things on the other side? And I have Spirit that has come through in sessions and they've said, tell them there is food and drink on the other side. And I was like, all right, okay. We have all of the luxuries, and I'm going to get into this deeper in a couple minutes here. all of the luxuries, all of the things that we have here on earth, we have on the other side, including thought. The only difference is this place of earth is a place of duality, yin, yang, positive, negative, high vibe, low vibe. And what it is the egoic mind, right? Because that egoic mind energy within us that wants to sabotage, that wants to talk negatively within, that wants to side tangent here. The egoic mind really doesn't want you to fail. And you're like, Julie, what? Of course it does. No. The egoic mind does not want you to fail, because what happens when you fail? You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you just keep going. What the egoic mind really wants is to slow you down to a snail's pace so that you are not on your path. You're not doing the work that you were called here to do. And you'd say, Julie, well, why would it want that? Because that's part of the duality here. So a person can be coming from the egoic mind 100%, 99%, and they can do their work to get that egoic mind thought process down so that they're not thinking as much from the egoic mind. They're thinking more so from the intuition. So they can do their work on their egoic mind to get that egoic mind down to, let's say, 1-2%, or maybe even a little less, but there is still always going to be there. And I'm going to continue on with Angel Reiki, I promise. I'm just taking a side detour here. This is really fascinating to me because over the past year and a half, as I've started the podcast, what I do is I tap into whoever writes in to come on the show, podcast guests, and I really tap into their energy and I see where they're at, because you can have somebody who did their work on their egoic mind, they got it down, but then they did not continue doing their work on their egoic mind and it creeps back in. And I tell you this because as we're talking about Angel Reiki and we're talking about vibrational frequency, I want you to know that the person that I feel, and by feeling, I mean I feel their vibrational frequency is the highest vibe, and that their egoic mind is at the least point I have seen it, is Eckhart Tolle. And one of the tools that I learned as I was coming into Angel Reiki and learning what spirit wanted to work through me and produce through me, they had me listen to Eckhart Tolle on YouTube. He has hundreds of videos on YouTube that are absolutely free. And I want you to check it out because when you listen to him, you can keep that high vibration going longer and longer and longer and longer. So I would just keep him on in the background. I knew how to get into high vibration. I knew how to stay in it for a period of time. But listening to Eckhart in the background and just turning off everything else, I started to be able to tap into that high vibration because he's a tuning fork. You're like, Julie, what are you talking about? Okay, this high vibration and the egoic mind, they work hand in hand. So when you increase your vibration, you get into that high vibration, you are no longer hearing from your egoic mind as much. You're turning down the volume on it. You're turning up the volume on your intuition. And you can feel this in other people, whether or not they've done this work. And Eckhart has. And he's done his work to keep his egoic mind down lower. And the tangent that I was on before, sorry, I know I'm going in a bunch of different places here, but it's just really good information for you to have. The tangent that I was going on was because there were so many people who just showed up in my life last week who said, Julie, when it comes to healing, I feel like I don't know who to trust. I feel like I don't know who to trust as healers because I feel like some of the teachers that I've worked with have pushed me in different directions. And I think that's one of the things that you need to look for in the teacher that you work with there shouldn't be any push. The only message out there when you're looking to do more of this work is if you feel called, if it resonates with you to work with a teacher to learn a healing modality, awesome, go with that person. If it doesn't, it's not in alignment with you. So there shouldn't be any push on a teacher's part because you have to make that free will decision for yourself. Okay, so let's just recap here for a second, okay? What is Angel Reiki? Angel Reiki is the method of healing through vibrational frequencies within your physical body, within your auric field, shifting the energetic vibration. And it's also working with the thoughts that you hold. Now, think about roots of a tree. Okay, the angels are working with me to bring this message through to you right now. This is something that they're just showing me for the first time. But they say, think of when a tree really grows down into the earth and how big those roots get. And those roots keep that tree permanently grounded right there in the earth. That is the same thing that happens with your thoughts. There are some thoughts that you have been thinking for decades upon decades upon decades. And it's not that it's subconscious always, it's that we haven't taken the time to look at these thoughts and evaluate whether or not they're really truth or if they're just something that we grew up thinking based on the people we were around at the time. So what ends up happening with an Angel Reiki session is there's a constant energetic frequency that we're emitting to work with the lower vibrations in the body, but the angels, your loved ones, your guides on the other side, they come through with messages in order to uproot those trees. And when I say uproot, what Spirit is showing me, their mission there, their intention there is to take out the entire tree, roots and all, that thought from your being. So if you have a thought that you've been thinking since you were 13, 14 years old, it is rooted so deep into, let's say, your heart chakra or your solar plexus. And the messages that Spirit brings through from the other side are messages specifically for you that you need in order to remove that thought from deep, deep, deep within you so that you can live in a new energy. And as you live in a new energy, you're able to co-create the life that your soul was really intended to live here in this lifetime. Your soul has a purpose. It has a plan. And a lot of times your angels come in talking about why they were assigned to you or why you were assigned to them, because it ties into your purpose and what your soul is doing here in this world. And so when you do all of this combination of things, you work through the energetic vibrational frequencies in the body and where they're lodged, because there are different energies that you are holding and storing. You've ever heard the word triggered? Like something can trigger you. What does that mean? It's taking you back to a place from long, long ago in your past that's buried deep within you. And that is two things. Everything is always two things. It's energetic vibration and it's thought consciousness. So what I'm trying to say here is just that Angel Reiki is those two things too. That healing is brought about in those two ways. Healing the vibration, shifting it from a low vibration to taking it upward, and also changing the thought, repatterning the thought, uprooting the thoughts within us. Okay, so next question was, how does it work? Well, if I was to see you in person and not coronavirus, and just so everybody knows, because everybody's listening, I'm not going to be seeing folks in person until we understand what's happening with our school system, because our school system is kind of dancing back and forth with the idea of doing remote e-learning. And if anything goes back to remote e-learning, I'm going to have to see people 100% online and Zoom readings. I do Zoom readings with people around the world every single day. So you can still get your appointment in if it resonates with you. We can do Zoom, FaceTime, or call, and they all work the exact same way. It's just a matter of if you were to be in person versus distance, it's a matter of me using my imagination as an energy tool to imagine putting my hands on your crown, imagine putting my hands on your third eye, throat chakra, heart, solar plexus, and so on, or actually being in physical person with you. I can put my hands and lay my hands directly onto your skin. And there isn't any difference though in the appointment types, because energy is everywhere. And the thread of all that is everything being one is what we're tapping to, so that in a session, my energy and your energy are the only two things that are connected. And I'm tapping into and helping to heal just through that line of energy within space. So here's another question. Who is communicating with us from the other side? You have angels on the other side. You have archangels and you have guardian angels. Your guardian angels are with you every moment of every day. Some people have one, some people have two, some people have more. Some people have angels that are with them for a short period of time as they're working through something in their life major that's going on. But everyone has a guardian angel that is with them their entire lifetime. And there's not just those that are talked about in the Bible. There are so many archangels, and they laugh. They get a kick out of our minds and how they work and how we like to just think that, you know, if we've talked about Michael and Gabriel, who's really Gabrielle, you know, all of the angels from the Bible, that those are the only angels that are, but it's not true. And as the energy shifted, and you're like, whoa, wait, the energy shifted. Yes, it did. I'll get to that in a second. As the energy shifted in 2011, 2012, what happened is the energy between us and the other side is more thin. So everything that we are going through and have been going through is part of a global mass consciousness spiritual awakening to swing the pendulum farther from one side to the other to get us to a place of peace that rocks the pendulum to a place of peace and stays at this place of peace. And that is what we are all working towards. So there are not just the angels that you find in the Bible, but there are so many other archangels that are working with us, and we can feel their presence. I get so many emails and so many calls from young people, 18 and under, whose parents are writing in saying, Julie, my child sees this, my child sees that. What is going on here? People's spiritual gifts are coming in more and more because that veil is more thin. And people were tapped, souls were tapped on the other side to come here and to do this work and to serve others and to help us get to that place of peace here on earth. So how are they communicating with us from the other side? I want you to think of it this way, because there are a lot of people who talk about ascended masters and councils on the other side. And I do tap into ascended masters and some of those councils, but they show their energy in a much different space. So I want you to think about it like this, that there are 3 different layers of consciousness, and they're really 3 different realms of existence. The first layer is here in physical reality, which we are in. And friends, just like the Matrix, which pill do you want to take, the blue pill or the red pill? How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? I don't go down the rabbit hole that far because it doesn't resonate with me to do so. I go down the rabbit hole in order to understand things that are relevant to everyday life. And this is the way that I think about these 3 levels of consciousness that Spirit has shown me, because it is so relevant to everyday life. So you have physical reality, like we were talking about. This is the first layer of consciousness. And I think it's so wild that we as humans sometimes think that this is the only physical reality. We can have physical realities on so many different worlds, right? Physical incarnations in different places. We just so happen to be on Earth right now, living out this physical reality, but we have lived lifetime upon lifetime upon lifetime, and there is a reason why. There is a purpose to us being here. Each purpose is different, but there is purpose. When we pass and we go to the other side, some people call it heaven. It doesn't matter what name you call it. Just because you call it a different name doesn't make it a different place. It's the same space, right? It's the same realm of existence. And that is a place where we can have physical reality too, but without duality. So here in this physical realm where we're on Earth, realm, let's say number 1, we have duality. We have yin and yang. We have high vibe, low vibe. We have the egoic mind. And there are people who get successful in their life. They've done their work on their egoic mind. Then they get successful and they stop doing their work on the egoic mind. They stop being humble, and that egoic mind creeps back in. I just remembered that was the point that I was trying to make earlier on in the podcast. That's this place of duality. We are always working on our egoic mind to keep it at that lowest percentage that we can. When you go to the other side, heaven, let's say, there is no duality. Everything is love and peace and joy and bliss and ease and grace. And you could say, okay, awesome, Julie, I'm done with 2020. I want to go there now. Please, no. There is so many reasons why we are here that what we can experience in this physical reality, we cannot in that place of the other side. Okay? We have deep purpose in being in our human physical form right now. The other side is so magnificently beautiful, and they've told me that there's so much more to see over there, that they're only allowed to show me so much for my work. But what I can tell you for certain is that we all have our own homes on the other side. I see it every day when I work with clients. Our animals who we love and adore, they go to that home on the other side. And what happens is that's not the only place to visit over there. There are realms of work. There's realms where we can take any vacation you wanted to take. You can do anything that you wanted to do, anything that you want to learn, anything that you didn't get to do here, you can do over there. And the angels are saying, please make sure that people know that we don't want to spiritual bypass. They want you to do here in this lifetime all that you feel called to do here in this lifetime too. It's just a matter of constantly being tuned into our hearts and seeing where our hearts are leading us. And following that, following our path of joy, what's bringing us joy, what we're in alignment with. Now, we can't do that all the time. And I think the word for 2020 should really be discernment, because it comes down to discerning when there are times where it doesn't feel joyful to do some work, but it's work that we have to do. For example, the egoic mind. It's not always joyful to go in there and keep doing our work to keep the egoic mind low. But when we do that work, we continue to remain on our soul's path, and that is needed. There are other times where the choices and the decisions that we make don't harm other people. Let's say you look in the refrigerator and you're like, do I eat these strawberries or do I eat these grapes? And you're thinking to yourself, oh man, like I am just so pumped about strawberries today. Awesome. Eat the strawberries. Go with the joy. That is what I mean by your joy path. We have to discern the decisions that we have to make, what affects other people and what does not. And when do we need to make decisions that don't feel good, and all the other decisions that don't affect other people or affect the planet. Great. We get to follow our joy path on that and feed ourselves more yummy deliciousness, joy frequency. So heaven is this space where we have our own homes that are surrounded by our soul families, our pets, our loved ones on the other side, and we can spend eons over there. The third layer of consciousness is when you hear people talk about the oneness of all that is, it is there. And I used to talk to God when I was in prayer, and at the very beginning of my journey, I'd be like, God, I don't think I ever want to go to that place of oneness with all that is, because I was still in this human brain mentality of that place is a void, right? And I would tell God, I never want to be without my mom, and I never want to be without my daughter and my husband and all of my loved ones. And I heard back, but Julie, you don't get it. That space on the other side, that layer of oneness with all that is, where you are ingrained with the oneness of all that is. It's not a void of anything. It's the growth of your soul to the point where you can be everything all at once. You have gotten to the point within your work that you are able to be every moment of existence that you have ever lived all at once. You're experiencing all of it all at once. You are with everyone you have ever loved all at once. Your heart is filled, and you are experiencing that filledness all the time. You're able to hold the highest vibration that is and go back into that oneness. So there isn't in that space a point where there is ever loneliness. There's never a point in that space where you're not with the people that you love. You're with everyone all at once, and on a higher level that I can't really even grasp myself, my angels are saying, on a higher level, you are it all at once. So that's deep, and I try and wrap my head around it, and I get glimpses of it, but I'm not there yet. I have a lot of work to do on myself. And I think one of the things that I just love about this journey is that Spirit has taught me that not only can we be student and teacher at the same time, we should be student and teacher at the same time. Friends, that little nudge there is for all of you who are listening, who are like, yeah, Julie, I want to do this, but I can't learn this, or I can't grow in this way, or I can't teach yet because I haven't learned enough. Friends, I used to think the same way. I used to say, well, I can't write a book. And I am still working through this deep-rooted thought within myself. Like, I can't write a book unless I go read everything that everybody else has written, so that I know I don't step on any toes, and so that I know that I don't write anything down that other people have written. And Spirit will show me this energy of all the books that have been written about spirituality and religion in the existence of Earth. And they were like, Julie, you could live lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. You are not going to read all of the books that have been written before you write your book. They said, in fact, forget about all of the other information and just write about what we're sharing with you. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But what if, that egoic mind always comes in? What if I step on somebody's toes? What if I say something that somebody else has said? And they said, don't worry about it. We're giving you the information that we're giving you. We're packaging it in the way that we're packaging it because this is the way that people who are listening, people who are going to read it, need to hear it in order to heal. That maybe it wasn't put together or packaged like the puzzle pieces weren't put together in a way that other people could grasp it in other books. Not saying that one is better than the other. What happens is time evolves. So who we are as a mass collective consciousness right now here in 2020 is completely different from who we were as a mass consciousness in 2015 or 2010 or 2005 or the year 2000, right? And so we might say the same thing sometimes in different ways. And Spirit says that's intentional because what I know, is that no healer here on earth has it 100%. There isn't a person here on earth who has worked through their egoic mind and is never again going to have to do work on their egoic mind. Perfection doesn't exist here because the egoic mind is always alive, is always working within us here. And we also always have to be doing our work on it to keep it low so that we continue to channel Spirit, God's message, the angels, and not lower vibrational frequencies. Not to scare you, but just giving you the tools so that you as an individual can discern and look at and have some tools to measure who you're listening to and who you feel like you can resonate with and work with. Because you should always, always, always be working with those in which you align. And that sometimes means working with one person for a period of time. I have worked with so many different spiritual teachers, and I always know when it's right to start working with them. And Spirit always will let me know, okay, time's up. You've learned what you needed to learn from this person. Maybe I just need to spend some time working through that knowledge for a bit. But then when the next teacher that I need to learn from is ready, like when Spirit is ready for me to work with them, they're right there. And I know, okay, this is it. I don't have to push anything. I allow flow within my life. So the reason that I created the Angel Reiki School, and I don't push anybody to take that. If it resonates with you, awesome. If it doesn't, no worries. You're going to align with some other teacher, and that is who you're supposed to be working with. For those who resonate with me, I created the Angel Reiki School because when you go through a typical energy healing program, and I've been through 2 of them, what happens is they work on very specific details. Okay, your hand has to be just so when you're in this chakra. Here is this symbol and exactly what it means and how you have to hold it. And this is how this hand has to be placed over here. And what happens is when you're going through an energy healing program, your spiritual gifts are starting to come through naturally. Just like we said before, because the veil has thinned between us and the other side, we are starting to get our spiritual gifts in more and more. However, energy healing programs have not changed, have not adapted or evolved in order to teach you how to use your spiritual gifts. So you go through this program that can be very strict depending on who you're working with, of hand just here. If you're not doing it just so, you're doing it wrong. And what's funny is at the end of every energy healing program, they'll say, okay, now Spirit says, go forth and do things in your way that feels comfortable with you, in the way that Spirit is working with you. And you're like, whoa, wait, but what does that mean? And so with Angel Reiki, we spend the first week really talking about energy healing. what that means, what that looks like, and getting a feel for energy. And then the next 3 weeks are focused on your spiritual gifts, what your gifts are, developing your gifts, how to use your gifts, because what Spirit is very, very clear about is that the strictness of the old forms of healing modalities, no matter what it is not truth. Okay? That the healing is good, but the strictness is not. That they are looking for healers to bridge your personal experiences. The different forms of healing that resonate with you, that you're aligned with. And to bridge the way that Spirit is working with you, what they're showing you, what they're guiding you on with your natural God-given spiritual gifts, with the healing modalities that resonate with you in order to create this beautiful form of healing that is unique to you. That is your gift to the world in order to bless and help so many souls here on earth. And when Spirit shows me this, they show me the 7.5 billion people here on the planet, and they say we're not all using the same highways to get to a place of healing. That we need new methods of healing in order to fully heal as a world, as a mass global consciousness, right? And that means you. That means you working with whoever resonates with you. That means that you follow where Spirit is leading you, that you grow in the way that they're showing you to grow because you are part of this here. Remember, no healer has every piece of the puzzle. It's only by you stepping into this work, growing in this work, and maybe it's on the side, maybe it's a hobby, but if they're talking to you about it, if they're asking you to go in that direction, it's because you're part of the puzzle. And when everybody listens, we have all of the information that we need in order to step up into a vibration of peace and healing fully as a whole population, everyone here on earth. I hope that you have the butterflies in your heart and just the warm feelings all over, and that this resonates with you because they are so just in this vibration of yumminess right next to you right now. Friends, again, not a pusher here, but if it resonates with you to learn more about the Angel Reiki School, if it resonates with you to sign up for the new course starting the beginning of September, holding high vibration, learning how to hold that high vibration is the very first step. And what Spirit has come through in a lot of sessions saying is that normally we go through Mercury retrograde 3 times a year. I believe it's about 3 weeks each time. And it feels like we have been in Mercury retrograde since February, March. We need to shift out of it. Now's time. We have to do the work together in order to be tuning forks that tune our homes, our cities, our states, our country, our world upwards in vibrational frequency. So if you want to, if any of this resonates with you, hop on over to my website, theangelmedium.com. If not, I hope today was awesome. New way of looking at Angel Reiki, a new way of looking at healing. Hope you got some really great nuggets of information. And I'll be back here on Thursday to just share some more with you and some angel stories of my own. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful, beautiful day. God bless. I love you. They love you. Open up your hearts to all of the unexpected blessings they're trying to bring your way right now. Friends, if you'd like to hear from your angels and loved ones on the other side, book a one-on-one session via phone, FaceTime, or Zoom. You can also work with me one-on-one when you register to take the Angel Reiki School online to develop and use your own unique spiritual gifts. If you're just looking to be able to connect with your own personal angels, the Angel Communication online course will teach you how to hear, feel, and connect with your personal angels more clearly. Friends, if you get benefit from this podcast, please subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and ask a friend to listen. Don't forget to look in the show notes to see the winner of this month's free drawing. You're entered into the drawing when you write a 5-star positive review and email it over to us so that we know how to contact you when you win. Now, if you have time, I want you to pause and do some energy work with me for a moment to lighten, clear, and reset your own energy. To start, I want you to take 2 deep breaths. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Friends, as I walk you through this, I want you to use your imagination as an energy tool. Friends, your imagination isn't something that's not real. Your imagination is what every human being uses to create physical reality. How does a painter know what to paint? How does a sculptor know what to sculpt? How does a writer know what to write? They see it all within their mind, within the imagination, before it flows through them and is created within physical reality. Friends, I want you to start by seeing yourself surrounded by thousands of angels. These are all angels that work directly for God, and they circle around you. They have this light, airy, warm, yummy presence to them. And my friends, they are simply pure love, and they radiate their love from their being to yours. I want you to take a moment to just breathe deeply in and out as you see and feel the presence of all of these angels surrounding you, sending their love and light energy to you. Friends, next, I want you to see yourself surrounded by your loved ones on the other side. Your angels haven't gone anywhere, they're still right there, but now steps in your loved ones on the other side. Greet them, welcome them. Take a moment within your imagination to give them the biggest hug and kiss. Friends, as we do this healing work together, I want you to see that every single being that is surrounding you is just surrounding you because they are connected to God and they want to help you as a soul here on earth to lift your energy, to make it lighter, to take any heaviness out of your aura, chakras, and body. In order for them to help you with this, what I want you to do is voice to them. See yourself in your imagination, telling your angels, your loved ones on the other side, God energy, of course, is there too. Tell them what you are afraid of. I want you to be specific and explain your fears to them now. Now, friends, I want you to see your loved ones and angels on the other side comforting you, holding you, wiping away your tears. I want you to see them telling you that you're going to be okay. Your family is going to be okay. I want you to see them showing you in their way from the other side that they are there helping you every step of the way, and that they will never, ever leave your side. Friends, I want you to see or feel God energy, this pure, white, radiant light pouring down from above over you. And as you feel this pure love and light, this gentle waterfall just pouring over your head, filling your body, filling your auric field to the outside of you, filling every inch of your being around you, I want you to feel that as this light energy comes in, the highest vibration that is, as it gently pours into your being, I want you to feel how all the heaviness within you just releases. With the snap of your finger, God takes every ounce of heavy, low vibrational energy within you, and with that snap of the finger, God turns all of it into the highest vibration, love, light energy. Friends, I want you to imagine within your imagination your DNA strand. Now, the way that Spirit shows me the DNA and what it looks like is if you could imagine that double helix, and that within that double helix are millions or billions of doors and windows. And those doors and windows open and close. And as they do, some serve your highest health and good, some do not. What I want you to do is say this prayer with me. My friends, this energy work does not have to take a lot of time. You're going to hear me say, use the snap of your fingers, because within that snap of the fingers, your intention shifts the energy within your body. So you can say it, but please believe it. Know like you know within your heart that you are changing the energy, the frequency within you to be pure, complete health. So say this little prayer with me now. God, please close all the doors and windows to my DNA that don't serve my highest health. With a snap of your fingers, see those doors and windows close. And God, please open all the doors and windows to my DNA that do serve my highest health. See those doors and windows open with the snap of your fingers. What I want you to do now is see yourself healthier than ever come September of this year. Daydream, visualize about what that health looks like and feels like to you within your body come September of this year. Take a moment to do this work right now, and I'll come back to you with my voice in 1 minute. Friends, I want you to believe like you believe that you, your family, your friends, you are protected. You are safe. You are secure. Your angels are looking out for you. God is looking out for you. Your loved ones are looking out for you. See yourself as healthier than ever come September of this year. Now I want you to pray with me for a moment for everyone else. God, please protect our nurses, doctors, and all healthcare professionals around the world. God, may you give each of them strength and protect them. God, please also protect all people who work in grocery stores, food service, or delivery. God, may you give each of them the strength and protection that they need. For all people who are suffering from COVID-19 themselves, God, may you take care of them and heal all who are able to be healed. Surround them with your divine protection, surround them with angels, and help every cell within their body to become completely 100% healthy again. God, for every person who has lost a job or had their income reduced, please clearly show them the path to healing, safety, security. Whisper to them in their hearts the direction that you would have them go. God, for every child on this planet, please help them to receive the attention, love, nurturing, and care that they so desperately need. God, please surround them with angels and allow them to feel the divine presence of your love and warmth. For those filled with hatred, God, we ask you to transmute that hate within their hearts into love energy, and we ask you to open up their hearts to make shifts and positive changes to help them raise their vibration. And everyone who is helping with the COVID-19 effort or response in some way, God, please be with each person who needs your strength. Clearly guide them and protect them with whatever they need at this time. Friends, finally, I want you to visualize Thanksgiving of this year. I want you to take a moment of silence to experience this daydream within your mind. See every single family member and friend and loved one there at the dinner table. See them happy, healthy. Feel the gratitude of this Thanksgiving beyond any other Thanksgiving in the past. Gratitude for being all together. Gratitude for all being healthy. Gratitude for the lessons learned. Gratitude for the relationships that grew deeper and the love that is between you all. Again, my friends, see your spirit team on the other side telling you that you are going to be okay. See them helping you. My friends, God loves you. Your spirit team loves you. I love you. Open up your heart like French doors to all of the unexpected blessings that they're trying to bring into your life right now. May you go forth with your day feeling lighter and living in the high vibration that is God. Go forth in your day surrounded by angels and your spirit team on the other side protecting you. Allow yourself to just be. Allow yourself to live in the high vibrational frequency that is God and carry it with you throughout your day. Friends, I have to have a disclaimer at the end. This podcast is to educate, inspire, and entertain you on your personal journey towards health and happiness. It is not intended to replace care best provided by qualified professionals, and it is not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.